Why is there a little girl in front of me? And by the way, I'm 20 years old. I just graduated last March, and I'm here for a vacation with my parents. So I'm going to stay here for 1 month, and I am a new missionary of Campus Crusade for Christ. So I just came from the Philippines last week, last Wednesday, and it is really such a great privilege to be standing here in front of you. And I am so blessed of how God is using this church. I'm so blessed. Today, just hearing words from the pastor from God, I just feel really blessed that people, brothers and sisters from the other side of the world, here in Norway, is here gathering for Him, and it's really such a blessing to see all of you really worshiping God. And right now, I really just want to share how God has really been working in my life and how God is working in the Philippines. And so, it's actually funny how back then I was really a very shy person. I always hid myself from people. Whenever we had visitors, I always went to my room, and I never liked associating with people except for my friends. So I always hid myself from people. I hate talking to people. I don't really like talking to strangers. But then, when I completely surrendered my life to Christ, He changed me. When I can't imagine it, but when during my college years, I got to be a student leader. I got to be an officer of our organization. I got to join our campus radio, and I became a student jock. And just throughout my college years, I faced huge crowds of people, and I got to host. I got to really be someone I never knew I could. And before, I never had that confidence. Before, I always looked down on myself. I always thought I was really nothing. But then, because of God, He was the one who gave me confidence. So now, I can believe that right here, I can really talk to you. So it's really by God's grace. It's by God's grace how I'm able to speak right now, because I never thought. And today, I can't believe that God would even call me for full-time work as a missionary. As someone who needs to relate to people, someone who needs to constantly connect to people and share God's love to others. So just imagine how God has really changed me. But before, I was boldly sharing my faith. Of course, I had fears. I had the desire to share the gospel, but I was hesitant. I feared to be rejected. But I prayed to God. I told Him, Lord, I really want to share the gospel, but I just don't have the confidence yet. I mean, you've been giving me confidence so far, but how do I share the gospel? I don't want to be rejected. And then He heard my prayer, and He introduced me to Campus Crusade for Christ. And from there, I found many people, young people my age, sharing the gospel. I mean, whoa. So from there, I saw that there are people like me who had the desire. And from there, I really saw that, wow, Lord, You heard my prayer, and I was just so encouraged by how they're able to share their faith. And one of the experiences I like to share would be, you remember Tacloban? Yes. So it was one of the places that Yolanda hid. Well, God gave me the opportunity to go there last April 13 to 19 for a mission trip organized by Campus Crusade. And you know what? Before I went there, I thought my brothers and sisters there might feel devastated and all, but when we came there, I was so amazed by how their faith was. It's like I was expecting that they might still feel sad, but look, they're still sharing their faith, that despite their destroyed houses, schools, they're still boldly sharing their faith in God. and their faith really is still unwavering. And from there, really, God just revealed to me how awesome He is, that no disaster, no typhoon can bring down our brothers and sisters. They're still full of hope, and they continue to really serve God. And so, right now, I really want to show you this video of that mission trip, and I want you to see and have a glimpse of how God is working in the Philippines and what it's like to share God's love to others. Sharing the gospel, and they came from a disaster, from a typhoon, but look at their faith in God. So I can really just say how God is so amazing, and how as young as they are, as young as we can be, God can use us. And through that mission trip, we were able to share to more than 100 students, and 79 people prayed to receive Christ. So we praise God. By God's grace, it's all His work. So right now, as I'm standing in front of you, I want to testify how God has really worked in my life too. And before, I was this shy person, but now I'm able to approach strangers, people I don't know, and share God's love to them, and share the gospel, and lead small groups in our campuses. So to God be the glory. And you may want to know how you can play a part in it, feel free to approach me after the service. Thank you. To God be the glory.